You understand? So that's the so to go ahead with other things. One of the things that like we need to do in order to successfully nail this exam, a key thing is setting the targets, and that is after this class I'm going to do is another form. You know, be tired of form. One of the things you do in project management, a lot of forms. But I'm going to do another form. But basically, that form is just a commitment form. It's like a goal. See, because of the demand of the PMP exam, of writing the exam, it requires, and because of the volume of what you need to read, especially if you are just starting fresh, new, you need to set a target, you need to be committed. I was talking to a friend of mine, yesterday, and we were talking about even when I was preparing for the exam. He was saying, it was like giving me a kudos, like, no, I remember that I had to block out 3 hours every day. Sometimes I split it between morning and evening. Sometimes I do everything in the evening. A lot of time I stayed back at work because, of course, during work hours, there'll be distractions. I can't really study. So after work, I normally close work 5 o'clock. So once I close work 5 o'clock, I will take a stroll, so that people can round up, so that many people can leave the office. So I'll just wait, maybe like by the time it's 6 o'clock, a lot of people, all those early people that usually want to run home, they will have gone. So I'll just make sure I do at least 6 to 8. And also, Lagos traffic. Now I'm in Lagos, so traffic in Lagos. So that one will also help me to buy time. By the time I'll be done, maybe by 8:30, the traffic will have gone down. I'll just take Uber, or if there's still called commercial transport, I follow commercial transport. It was easy. So the essence of what I'm saying, you need to decide on the commitment to give to this, because without the commitment, I'm telling you, you might give up easily. You have to just set a goal that I want to do. And one of the goals, of course, one of the goals I would suggest, or I will encourage us to set, is to do this exam before the year ends. If you can, especially if funding is not a problem. If money is not, the only limitation I can, accept, is that of finances. Aside from that, and even finances itself can be worked again. The exam currently now, because of exchange rate has gone up, the exam is $405. And the of course, let me say the exam is just like, let me say it's just $520, depending on how you register. If you register as a member, you will have paid for a membership, maybe $100, then you write the exam for $400. But if you don't register to be a member of PMI, you pay $500. So it's still like, let's just say, budget of $500 and something dollars. So and that's equivalent of about, by now it will be equivalent of like 250. It's less than that, but let's say 250K. So, and we still have up to like, let's say, August, September, October, November, December. So have like 4 months. So if you can still squeeze out to separate 50K every month, by December, you should still be able to write the exam. And the idea is set a goal. Even the money will come. The money will come when you set a goal. One way or the other, the money, if it's in your mind, let me share you, for instance, like I said, I planned to do it earlier last year, but because the company, the institute that was supposed to register me disappointed, so I was planning to ride on their financial support, but the financial support did not come as expected. So, and it was already late, so I couldn't do it again. I now planned that I would do it first quarter of this year. I put money together. Unfortunately, one way or the other, money just came. You understand? I put 200K only for me, for someone very close to me, someone that I know very close to me in church, came begging, a lady, all these people that want to travel, please now, they just want to, they want to boost their account so that they can travel out. I should please help them. And I just helped them. They married woman with some, I know the child and the family. That's how I helped them with 200K. Like, okay, in a few days, they will refund the money. Bam, till today, since February, the money. And that was the money I wanted to use to register for this exam. So I was like, no, it's really discouraging. I was like, after the company, the institute that was supposed to register me disappointed. Here am I, have put something together again. Somebody has swapped. Of course, I won't know now. It will be, I didn't know the money. I won't be able to get it up to now, back up till now. We will like, I'll give you, please, till now the person's number has disappeared. She has located, and I'm not actually pursuing her again. So initially I was trying to, I forget it that 200K will not kill me. Eventually, I will do more than that. So, but what I'm saying is that there was a determination. Even with all that, I started again that no, I'll be putting money aside again to do this. And I was able to do, in the course of doing that, that was how they paid us, what they call it, bonus, last year bonus. They paid us around March, ending April. Immediately the money entered my account, bam, I didn't even think of anything again. This time around, before somebody will ask me to borrow them the money again, I just straight went to pay for the exam. And you know, once you pay for an exam, you don't have a choice, you will read. That's another key. If you start the process, okay, like now, let me throw a challenge to all of us. Register as a member of Project Management Institute first. That was like 100 and something K. No, not 100 and something dollars. That should be maybe like $130 or $139. That may be like 60K. I'm sure if you commit 60, 70K to something, you want your 60K to waste. So it will spoil you to start reading, and it will spoil you to register, to apply, to write the main exam and register for the main exam. So these are just, so you need to set a target, you need to move yourself, and if you register as a member, a membership is, of course, is subject to renewal every year, and you renew it before the thing expires. You'll be pushed that you just have to write your exam. The second thing is like, that exam, curriculum might change, so you need to do it tidy up before then. Yes, another thing is so once you've done that, and once you apply, start the process of application, and they approve your application that yes, you can now pay to write the exam. You have like a time period within which you must write the exam. If not, you have to start with the application process. Do you understand? So if you apply and they say, okay, go ahead and pay for the exam, they will give you a period that, okay, between now and so time, register, schedule your exam within that time. So if you had pushed yourself up to that, you won't want that thing to waste. And I think that's one of the things that helped me. That's one of the reasons why, even when somebody stole my money, I just knew that I can't wait for this person to steal my money, that stole my money, to return my money. I just had to find another way to get this thing done, because time is going. The time that I have to register to schedule the exam is already getting to expire. So I just have to look for money and do it. And once I schedule the exam, you don't have a choice but to read. Happy? If you pay 200K for an exam, or let me say maybe 180 something K for an exam, you won't just be looking at the 180K now. You have to make sure that you read for the exam too. And that's how it is. So my challenge is, let's take it up. Reading becomes easier, becomes sweeter, more interesting, because something is at stake. So that's my charge. And please, after this, I'm going to create a form. The form is like a commitment form. You're going to set a commitment. You're going to set a target for yourself, and you're going to write another taking to yourself. It's not like I'm going to, there's any punishment or anything, but you hold yourself accountable. Like, I said I would do this, and I'm setting a goal to this. That's what the form is going to be about. A goal setting form that I will do this by so time. So once every time you look at it, maybe once in a month or once in 2 weeks, I will send your form. I'll post it to us as individuals to just remind you that how far with this goal that we have set, so that you can be gingered to do it. If not, you can relax. A lot of things easily sweep us off the feet. And once you set a goal like that and you commit yourself to it, you'll be pumped to do other things that will help you to achieve it. For instance, if like I said earlier, if you pay 200K for an exam, to pay 20K for a simulator to prepare for the exam will not be an headache, because you want to make sure you do something that will make the exam that will make you succeed in the exam. You understand? So that's just my motivation, basically. You know, we need to do that, and I will send the form. At least especially those of us that are on this call, and anybody that listens to this particular video, I will send the form. I'll send it to everybody that is on this call and that are listening, or that listens to this call later, them to sign up. So does anyone have any question in that regard? Maybe what is your concern? I would even like to ask, for those of us that are on the call right now, what do you think is our biggest challenge concerning this exam, concerning this PMP exam? What is your biggest challenge? Let me know so that we will know how to approach it. OGB.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I had to join a Teams meeting somewhere.
Okay.
But I'm with us now. Yes.
Okay. So, do you hear my last statements now? At least the last few things I said.
I just came in now. Sorry.
Okay. Basically, maybe when you watch the video, you see. But I'm basically asking. I've said some kind of motivational things, and I'm basically asking, what do you consider as your biggest obstacle to writing this exam?
Time to prepare.
Okay. So
yes, that's big. So what I'm trying to do is to ensure that I portion my time to see that I can get about 4 hours, even if it's not put together all at once, get 4 hours in 24 to prepare to build up to the exam.
Okay, then as regards writing the exam, when do you want to set the target? Like I said earlier on, I'm going to be sharing a form where we're going to make a commitment, on when, like a target commitment. I will be using the form to be sending it to us as a reminder every week for you to remember that you have a goal that you set, and for you to check whether you are working towards it. So what is the commitment you're going to be making now? Maybe in form of setting goals, and in the course of my talk, I suggested certain things like, registering as a member of PMI, which is, anybody can register to be a member of the PMI. You have to be certified. So if you register as a member of PMI, the next thing that will be coming, because you'll be getting mails for them, you'll be seeing things, and it will push you also it will give you a discount when you want to write the exam too. So it will also push you to take the next step, maybe schedule the exam, and then of course, once you schedule the exam, you want to read. So what time, when are you looking at? We still have this year.
At the latest, first week in December.
Okay. That would be good. Okay. So, like I said, I will share a form. As regards time, like I said, you have mentioned it. For now, at this stage, you might not have that 4 hours to read, 4 hours stretch, just like you said. So, but be committed to a particular time. If the 4 hours you are going to be sharing in the four different sessions, set the time.
Yeah, I could do 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening.
Exactly. So I will in the form, I think that's one of the things I will ask in the form too, for you to set the time so that I want to be checking up, like just to be like on our neck to pump us to do what we say we're going to do. You understand? So just know, even if it's at the starting there, at the start, even you can even start with 1 hour. You said?
Yeah, sure. I'll
even if you start with 1 hour consistently, before you know it, you'll be pumped to do more than that one. You stretch yourself to 2, 3, 4. Understand? So I just wanted to know, saying that's good. So it will inform me of the request or the part to play in terms of trying to push us to do it. I'm Bam Bam. Daily Alpha.
Yeah, I did.
Hello.
Sorry, thinking, can we get like a
Hi.
maybe an outline of everything we need to read?
To
An
read.
outline. Yes, the whole project management. Maybe
Well,
like an outline, so that we have an overview of everything we need to cover. So that as you are taking those parts,
okay.
we'll tick out. Yes, I've covered this area, like a general overview.
Basically, like I said, the entire exam is created around 10 knowledge areas and 5 process groups. So if you want to do an outline for what you have to cover, you can say you want to take initiating process, planning process, executing process, or depending on, or you can say, okay, if for instance, you have decided on the particular textbook you're going to use, you can say, okay, I want to read 2 chapters of this. Because the same thing, like I said, the same project management, even if you carry 10 different textbooks, it's the same curriculum, it's the same topics. You understand? So
Okay.
what, in terms of outline, it's no more, okay, it's no more than the 10 knowledge areas that exist.
Areas.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the 5 process groups. You understand?
Okay.
I think I get what you're saying. I think maybe in the next class also I will try and explain give us an entire picture of what project management is all about, the knowledge area. But what I'm doing now is to give us the terminologies, and so that when we start saying that, I don't have to be explaining. You already have a basic understanding of what this means, what that means, and now show us how everything is connected together. Definitely that will happen. I will show us how everything is connected together. You understand?
So apart from the slides you gave us, we need
Mm.
textbooks. We need to read textbooks.
Yes, there will be textbook, especially the book called the PMP Guide. I will share that one too. I think I don't, okay, I've not shared. I will share it today. I'll post the PMP Guide. You understand? So that you see the PMP Guide is like the curriculum of the whole entire thing. Is like the official curriculum of the entire thing. It's from that PMP Guide that people now prepare textbook. Just where I'm doing slides now, that's how people look at the PMP Guide. They will now break it down. But that PMP Guide is like the curriculum. These are the things that PMI expects you to know.
So we can actually read it.
Yes, you can read it. But the thing is that, like I said earlier on the first day, it's not explained. The PMP Guide is not explanatory. They're just telling you that these are the things they expect you to know. These are the things, this is A plus B is equal to C, A plus A divided by B is equal to D. They won't tell you why A plus B is equal to C. They will tell you everything there, that these are the things that they will be asking you about. So it's now the textbook that now explains it. Textbook will give you questions. There's no question and answer in the PMP Guide. It's just the standard. I will share it so you look at it, you see how it is. So,
all right.
Aside from that, what do you consider your own major obstacle to this?
Well, for me, it's timing, because I have other certifications that
are trying to sort out.
Exactly. Okay. For example, in the next 1 month, I have to write. Yes.
Okay.
So before I can have my full time with project management, that will be September end.
Okay, good. So it's quite good. So that means you are looking at starting to prepare fully by then. So it will influence the time you want to write the exam too. You understand?
Yeah.
Because the time ahead. So what you can do now is like you can just allot, even if it's 30 minutes or 1 hour. You might not even need.
I can still spare 1 or 2 hours.
You might not even need, since you're not right, because the truth is, except it will help you. If you can spend 1 or 2 hours, it's okay, because that means by the time you really want to start preparing, it will just be left for you to be writing, to be practicing questions. And so you will have covered the curriculum by then. You just In fact, you will even enjoy it because you have a long time. You're not under pressure to read up to a particular time. So take out your time to read through. You can even read through the Springbok guide, read through everything. By the time you start full preparation, you already have an idea. So the questions coming self, you'll be understanding it. It will really help. So anyway, it will still, I'll still send the form across to you so that we all set standards. I mean,
So I'm also looking
goals.
at December for.
Okay, it's cool. It's something, like I said, for everybody on this call, this year is still too much. So as in, when I mean too much, as in you still have over plenty time for you, enough time to start reading. Like I said, there are people that did a kind of, let me call it guerrilla strategy, or like call it now. In 14 days, they started from zero knowledge. I'm not talking about somebody that's been praying for, somebody that is quite completely new to Springbok. They pick it up, cut out everything, gave it 14 days of targeted reading, strategic reading, and they passed it first time on their first attempt. So we now have like 4 or 5 months. It's more than enough. Okay, so Chidi, are you online? Chidi.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm here.
Okay, so what's your biggest obstacle? What's the thing that you consider the biggest challenge?
Oh, right now it's time and finances. So
okay. Yeah. Concerning time.
Yeah.
You say what?
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay, I wanted to answer. I thought you had finished, so I wanted to.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, when you say time and finance, concerning time, I think time is, like I said, you still have enough time. Can you get up to an hour a day to commit to it?
Yeah, I can do an hour a day.
If you can do an hour a day, then you still can make it before the end of the year. You can still write the exam before the end of the year. Okay. You know, in terms of time, if you start with doing 1 hour every day now, maybe early in the morning or late in the night, read 1 hour. By the end of, this is August, September, by middle of October, you will have read at least any textbook you are reading, you will have read through at least once. If you are doing 1 hour a day. When I mean read through, you will have read through and practiced all the questions there. So 1 hour a day. Then finance. As regard finance, I think it's more of committing yourself, you know. For instance, if you buy a textbook, finance, for instance, if a textbook may cost you like 10K, for instance, if you spend 10K or buying a book, the courage to spend another 50K to do the next step will not be as difficult because you have done something small. You understand? And if you can put aside money, honestly, if you can create a safe lock, maybe use one of these financial apps, you are locking away, let's say 20K every month. By close to the end of the year, you will have had a sizable amount of money such that to bring out other money to add to it, to write it, you might even be fortunate, you might get the sponsor, the scholarship, there are people that can offer you to write the exam and you'll be paying back later. That's one of the things I'm trying to work with, to see some of these fintech that can, you know, that can help give you money, pay, write the exam, pay back over a period of time. You understand? So I think setting a goal, just like I said to the other people, setting a goal for what you want to do will also help, will really go a long way. You know, setting a goal that this is what I want to achieve and this is when I want to achieve it. You know, and don't wait till you have all the entire money. For instance, if you have some more money, you can buy a textbook. The fact that you bought the textbook will prompt you to read that textbook. If you gather another money, register as a member of the PMI. By the time you pay 40K to register as a member, of course, they will give you a discount. They will give, when you are writing the main exam, that 40K will be deducted from the amount you will have paid if you didn't register. If you are not registered as a member of PMI, you will pay like $500 and something. But if you register as a member, you will pay 400, like 400. So you see that they deducted the amount and use it as membership. So if you do that, for instance, if you pay for something K as a member now, you won't want the 40 something K to waste. So you'll be pushed to also put aside more money to, to write the main exam. So it's just a strategy too. But the key thing is set the goal that I want to do it so time, and these are the things I will do. This is the next thing. Maybe the first thing is to every day 1 hour read. You ask yourself, what am I reading now? I want to do an exam. Then you'll be pushed to do other things. But it's a good goal, it's a good target to set. Okay. Mr. Alexander. Mr. Alex. Are you on?
Yes.
Well done. Oh. I'm sure I noticed you missed part of the gist. Your signal was going in and out. So
yes, so change device.
Okay, like I said to them, we're at this stage now, I'm trying to ask what is the biggest obstacle, and then, like I said, I'll send a form after, which everybody is. A form is a form of commitment, which you submit. It's like it will tell you, it will take a commitment from you on what you are going to do. Maybe how you read, the next thing you are going to do significantly towards the exam. The essence of getting the form is so that every week I'll be mailing the form back to us or sending it to us in one way and asking us how far have you read? What time did you read? For instance, if you say you are going to be reading 3 hours every day in your form, I will ask you, have you done your 3 hours today? How many hours have you done totally? So it's just to be on our neck to push us to get to where we want to go. So the question now is like, what do you consider what's the biggest obstacle right now? So
okay, the biggest obstacle is just money or time. But like the time, I can squeeze out, like you correctly explained. 1 hour is fine, but I think money.
Okay.
Because
like
there are other exams that are still on the pipeline.
Like I said, it's the same thing with plan. If you can take out 1 hour, if you can plan to give 1 hour every day now to reading, you can as well plan like, okay, I'll be dropping 10K maybe every 2 weeks or 10K every month. It doesn't matter. The 10K might not amount to the total of what it will take to write the exam. But if you can lock up, first, let's say you are even locking up 20K every month towards the exam, you are locking it in a safe lock, using all this new fintech app. If by the end of the month you discover that you have 100K somewhere locked aside, by the end of the year, locked aside for an exam, and you now find out that what is left for you is to have another 50K or 100K for you to be able to write the exam, the ginger to get that 100K, to squeeze it out from somewhere, will be easier than for you not to have anything at all on ground. So it's not a strategy you can use. You can be keeping, and like I said to the others too, do something. Maybe register to be a member of PMI, or buy a textbook that costs you, let's say, like 10K, or buy material, something that costs you money, that will be reminding you that the money I spent on this thing cannot waste. Of course, the 10K is far from the main exam, but the fact that you waste that 10K will be reminding you of your goals. Yeah, so it's just an idea. So I'll be expecting, I'll send a form across to all of us on this platform today to take our commitment so that I can follow up properly. So,
all right,
Mr. Daly. Hello, Mr. Daly.
Yes, boss.
Oh no, sorry, Mr. Oladili.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
So
I'm here, Mr. Lekon.
Yes. What's your major challenge now? What do you consider the biggest obstacle to writing this exam?
Actually, I think I must say that I'm very lucky at this time, and I don't have much of a challenge because I have the time on my side. Likewise, I don't think meeting up with the financial commitment will be a much problem. However, the challenge might be that I don't have the materials. I want to know the specific materials that I will need to read because I have the time and I can go. As a matter of fact, even as early as October, I'm good to go. If I have enough materials to go. One week. Yeah.
Okay, good. I like your, what you have said. So, if in terms of material, I will make all the materials that I have, at least that I made use of. I'll make it available. All the soft copy, and also I would like. Is it hard copy you are used to, or you are comfortable reading on computers too?
Both. I'm good with both. I don't mind both.
That means
I read with computer.
You are very lucky. Me, I had problem with reading on computer. I prefer.
Okay.
I get easily bored with reading on computer. So good. That means you are good to go. I'll make available the materials I have to you and tell you, okay, go ahead with this. And then what that means in your commitment, in the form that I'm going to send, the commitment form that you're going to fill, you are going to do something like tell me or set that, okay, I'm going to be reading 2 chapters every week or 3 chapters every week. That from someone like you, that's what I would expect, Of course, it's not a do or die. Like, if you can't meet up, you know yourself that, okay, this is the reason why I can't meet up. As against not having any target, you understand? So for instance, if you say you are committing, if you commit 3 hours every day to reading, you understand? If you commit 3 hours every day to reading, you read more than 2 chapters in a week. Because I know what I'm saying. Then when I started preparing, I started with 2 hours every day. And when I do 2 hours every day, I discovered that I finished, especially the textbook I was reading, I finished 1 chapter, like in 2 hours. In that 2 hours, I am able to finish 1 chapter with the sample questions behind it.
Wow.
So that means I can do 7 chapters in a week. You understand? And the idea is that like I told you, the first reading I did, I read through straight. I didn't bother to try to understand it very well. I just read through everything from beginning to the end. And now started again. So when I first read the first reading through, what I was just doing is anything that strikes me in the textbook, I highlight it. And if you're using a software, you're reading a soft copy too, you can highlight, you understand? Or you have in notes. You might not even take notes because notes was slowing me down. If I was trying to jot, it was slowing me down. So I was just reading. It was easier for me to use pencil to just mark. So I just read through from beginning to the end. So by the time I took it again, I started reading. I was not like, okay, I was now using time to digest it. So I read the book like 2 times. I read it, not like I read the book from back to back. Right. Of course, if I'm reading 1 chapter in 2 hours, you understand? Even if I read 1 chapter in 2 days, that means I'll read 3 chapters in 1 week, at least. Let's say in 9 days, or 2 times 3 is 6. In 1 week, yes, I'll read 3 chapters. If I'm reading 1 chapter in 2 days, I can do 3 chapters in a week. You understand? And the biggest of PMP textbooks that you have will have like 14 chapters. Because usually they dedicate 1 chapter to each knowledge area. And there are 10 knowledge areas, then they will now have introduction chapter and maybe the final chapter. So making it 12 and then question and answer. So maximum like 14 chapters. So you can finish in a month, you can finish the book. In fact, I will advise everybody on this call, you can approach that strategy. When you first pick the material, just read through, as in, don't bother to break it down. Just first of all read through from beginning to the end. Then now go back to the beginning again and start reading to understand very well. By then you'll have understood concepts and then you can flow easily and get to where you want to get to. So yeah, maybe you are the first person that will write on this, except for Shegun has gone offline. Except there are some people in the group already, they've even scheduled their exam, so they are just needing brushing up. So that's good. I'll get everything ready for you. So Eniola. Are you online? Any other?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Lincoln.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for all that you're doing. Really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So, my challenge, I don't really think I have much of challenge, but I have so many things I'm reading about right now, but I can make 2 hours. I can dedicate 2 hours of my time for PMP. So
Okay.
I think if I'm able to get some materials too, I'll be able to go,
Okay.
about, for the exam and all, but just to prepare and all of that, I think 2 hours.
Okay. Good. I think there's no, on this call now, everybody can give up to 2 hours a day.
It's good for me per day. I should be able to.
Okay, good. So maybe we're going to even have
minimum.
Okay, minimum. Okay,
minimum,
good.
yes, minimum 2 hours. It's good.
Awesome. So that means we can have at least for the 7 of us on this call, we can have a collective goal of reading 2 hours per day. That means we can set like 2 hours per day will give us, let's say, let's be modest, let's say 2 chapters every week. That means in 1 month, we are going to finish 2 chapters every week, maybe. If you're doing 2 hours per day, okay, please, we are going to set this goal, a common goal. And what we're going to do is like I said, we are going to read through first. Don't bother to like say, you want to finish the questions. No. Read through the text. If you can do the text questions, okay. If not, if it's just reading, let's just read through from beginning to the end first, and then start. As we are reading through, we can ask questions like the live classes we're going to have every week. It can be a time for us to bring what we have read to juggle it in our minds together to know assimilation. But the target is to read through the book first. Yes, and so what we are going to do is we are going to set a target of 2 hours. Since all of us, at least for the 7 of us on this call, we're going to be doing 2 hours every day, and then we're going to set a target of chapters we're going to read. You understand? I will provide a textbook. I will see if we can all use the same textbook. But no matter what, if we are not using, regardless of the texts we are reading, the key we are going to be picking topics. I think that's what we do. We'll pick topics. Okay, this week we are reading on integration management and cost management, for instance. So maybe next week we are reading on schedule management and procurement management. So that's how we're going to do it. So, like I said, I'm going to send out the form to every one of us. We're going to fill it. We're going to tell me, in the form, we're going to indicate the commitment you are making. If it's financial commitment you are making, that you are going to buy a resource material, or we are going to book for, or maybe register as a member of PMI, or do something. I will explain the things we can do. I will try and explain the things we can do in the commitment you can make in the form, so that it can be easy. We'll just tick the one we are picking, and then I think that's what we'll do. So you will not just tick which of the commitments you are making. Reading 2 hours, reading 4 hours, paying for the exam, buying a textbook, scheduling it. I'm going to fix when we want to do it. So all well and good. I thank everybody for coming. I think we've achieved so much today. Like I said, the most important part is making up your mind to go ahead. Once you make up your mind, nothing can stop. Nothing really can stop us. And remember, practice. Like I saw a post during the week. You said that sweat very well in practice, so that you won't bleed on the battlefront. I think it's the Spartans that said it in that movie 300. That when you are practicing, you sweat very well, so that you won't sweat blood. Blood won't flow. You won't bleed on the battle. And now I think that's what we're going to do. Have to prepare very well and practice very well. So thank you. Is there any other questions before we round up? Any other question? And please, let's also make use of the platforms, especially WhatsApp. If you have any question at any point in time, post it. And when you watch the video, if you have any question as regards any video I post, you can push it there too. So I think, are we good? Are we good? Are we good to go?
I think we are good to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for
Yes,
coming.
thank you very much.
Thank you for. So we'll be seeing on the WhatsApp and see my mail.
Yes, thank you.
very much.
Welcome.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.